Hello, welcome to this episode of Endurobox, where we take a look at the best racing from the Enduro World Series from 2019 last year, whilst we wait for the racing to kick off this year. And this time I'm joined by Rick from the Enduro World Series. Right, so we're off to Madeira this time, and in experience, I've been there myself. It looks like a pretty awesome place for an enduro race, Rick.
Yeah, it's pretty much tailor-made for enduro riding, really. The Freeride Madeira team there have done absolute wonders. I mean, they've got full-time trail builders. 20% of their profits from their shuttle company goes back into keeping the trails maintained, and the altitude on that island alone's unbelievable, you know.
It's pretty crazy. We've just seen the variety of trails already, from that gamble line to the ridge line previous, where I've actually ridden that myself. It's right above a huge cliff that goes down to the Atlantic Ocean. It's a pretty dicey stage to be racing down.
Yeah, I was clever this year, actually. I fell off just before that ridge line and hurt myself, so I got to walk that bit. But no, it's proper. And there's ancient trails on it as well, where the Portuguese sailors first discovered it. That was, I think, round 2 or 3 this year. Round 2, actually. So, yeah, it's got it all.
When I was there, it was really, really wet, but it looks like conditions for the race this year were pretty prime.
Yeah, it was pretty much perfect last year. The issue with it is, obviously, it's in the middle of the Atlantic, so, I mean, you get all kinds of weather, and you get it very, very quickly. You know, you can actually see it coming in off the sea, and then it rolls straight through, so that's part of the reason why it's so lush and green, I guess.
Exactly that, we're looking at it there. What were the stages like then? So some, I guess, short and punchy like the gamble line, but some of those longer trails must be pretty physical. Yeah,
really, really physical, really, really long, and rocky, as you can see there as well, you know. Actually, I think the course this year, first 2-day race of the year, and second time we've been in Madeira, I think they pretty much, look at Flaw go there. I think they pretty much nailed the course this year, you know. It had something for everyone. Long, physical, and there's a couple of shorter stages as well.
Well, ISABEAU marched on at that round.
It's interesting, actually, just watching these clips of her. You can see how well that bike's set up underneath her as well, over all those rocks.
So Martin May is absolutely flying. Yeah. Look at the state of it.
Yes, Martin.
Speed. I just hit the trees on my bad elbow. I feel not good, but I'm happy. I try to keep consistent, and I'm riding for the overall now, and not necessarily for the first place at every round. So it's a different approach, but you know, it's good to be leading, and I would do everything for the championship.
It doesn't look like that, Martin. So Adrian's suffering with that elbow, although it doesn't look like it on the results. Although 20 seconds back after 1 day of racing is pretty sizable.
Yeah, he crashed, or he nudged it somewhere, and he reopened the surgery scar, I think. So, I mean, he's tough. Like, that was a tough result for him. He had to sort of dig one out at that round.
Jose Borges, Portuguese rider as well, sitting in the top 3 ahead of the one and only Sam Hill.
Portuguese hero, yeah. He's raced there before, obviously, the National Series, I think. Ella Connolly up in second in the elite women's race as well. That was one of the big news stories of the year. Absolutely
amazing, yeah. Definitely could see someone up there, and obviously ISABEAU, sort of, like I said, that charge continues 22 seconds up after 1 day of racing.
Yeah, 41, nearly 42 kilometres of racing on day 2 with the big stage, the gamble line, 1,500 metres above sea level to start the day. That's it there. Big fast jumps, big berms. That'd be a cup of tea for you, wouldn't it? Big old downhill track.
I mean, that would be my idea of a really good enduro stage, I think. Some nice jumps, bit of flowy stuff. Yeah. Oh my life.
He keeps it going, though. She's impressed, rightly so. I think Noga won that gamble stage, actually. Ella Connolly was in second as well. Yeah, this is everything. There used to be a lot of Portuguese national rounds held in Madeira, so you've got lots of old national downhill tracks like this.
Oh, there's Jesse Melamed.
He had 2017. He had big drama on that track. Massive, basically blew his back wheel up when he was in charge of the race, and wasn't slowing him down this year though.
Who's that?
I slowed Ewan down though. Ewan Deneau.
So the Queen stage is the one that comes down to the ridge. I forget the name of it, but it's such a cool stage. Pretty long as well, as far as I remember.
Yeah, long old stage. Especially if you just minced yourself.
Oh my life! That man's got half a handlebar.
I remember that. He was trying to get a stick in the bottom of it.
People are tired and I'll be on the attack, so hopefully we make up some time.
That's Machiko itself then, that's the town where the race is based. There's a little urban section at the end of the stage actually.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And then it's time for a beer and a little dip in the sea, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Poncha and Madeira. Jesse, who else?
That's how you finish with style, is it?
He went through the gate first though, so it's fine. Look at Martin. Fastest on the stage and just chilling, like.
Yeah. There you go. 32 seconds after final standings after round 3. 32 seconds. Jesse Melamed, third place. So, yeah, maybe lost a bit of skin, but worthwhile for getting that third place.
Yeah, that was really good. I remember the announcer kept calling him Jess Melamed as well, which I really enjoyed. Ella Connolly in third, just behind Noga Karem. Karem was the big breakthrough act there back in 2017. So it is somewhere that, unusual names can shine.
Yeah, it's great to see new faces and new names at the top of the enduro races. But I guess in the men's, there's a lot of familiar faces there in the top 10.
Yeah, 5th, 6th and 7th as well would be the three that would come down to contest the title. So,
right, the series marches on to Val Di Fassa in the Italian Dolomites. Is that right?
Yeah, they met Val Di Fassa at EWS. That was the first time EWS has been there. And you don't have to take my word for it. Look at it, it's absolutely stunning. And the Madeiran round was actually the 50th ever EWS. So this was the 51st EWS, and what a place to have it.
Pretty amazing. I've been lucky enough to go to the Dolomites a few times, and it is sort of breathtaking place. But actually, I've never ridden much technical stuff there. I've been there for a marathon race and actually for World Cup downhill race back in the day, but I've never ridden any of the trails, that look like the stuff that were in this race, that's for sure.
Well, this is the first one-day race of the year, so about 40k of riding in total, 3,500 metres descending. One of my favourite stops of the year. It was absolutely fantastic. It just had that really nice sort of blend of flow and speed and tech, and you were always working on the bike, but it was never getting away from you, sort of thing. It was really, really good. And
some fresh stuff there by the looks of it. It looks pretty amazing.
Oh, they'd had the enduro strimmer out just before we got there, I think.
Look at that bike flexing all over the place.
Yeah, is that Richie's? That could be why.
I don't think it is. Is it? No, it doesn't look big enough.
Or is it Sean? Might be Sean. Yeah, that was difficult actually. A lot of that freshly cleared stuff, really, really like powder, dry dirt, and then over rocks and stuff. So you couldn't see a lot of things that you were riding through. So the bike was deflecting and moving quite a lot actually. Yeah,
it's difficult when you've only had one practice run, so things are quite likely to change quite a lot between practice and race time, and you just have to rely on your instincts to react to it as quickly as you can.
We need to talk about the big man, don't we? First race back, Richie Rude just sort of turned up low key, typical Richie, didn't say a lot, but just got on with business.
ISABEAU again seems to be enjoying 2019.
Yeah, she had a great year.
Do you think, it must have been difficult for Richie to come back. There must have been, pressure he put on himself to show up and perform.
Yeah, I definitely think so. And he'd never say as much, but you definitely got the feeling he had a bit of a point to prove, and he definitely proved it at this race. Noga, that's an interesting point as well. Noga was starting to come into her stride at this stage. So was ALN. They were just getting faster. Yeah, Jesse broke his leg at this race as well, which sort of really obviously put an end to his season. Rocky Mountain Raceface were leading the teams championship at this stage as well, just before that leg break. So
being Aussie, we can handle the heat.
I just sent you a message. Richie left his phone on.
You get used to it in summer. So.
I mean, Sam Hill is from Perth. I'm guessing he's all right with the heat.
I choose to ride with a more ventilated helmet than I normally do. Also because I really like suffer in the heat. I'm also in short sleeve because I think it will matter today.
yeah, that's worth pointing out. Actually, I'm not just saying this as a pasty ginger Celt, but it was unbelievably hot there. It was the middle of that big heat wave. Remember the middle of last summer? It was about 36 one day.
Oof.
That's too hot. That is too hot. You can see that just the way the dirt's reacting there as well, just that sort of perfect, not quite dusty yet, but just really nice. And there's a rider who was having a good year. Actually, another one as well. Leigh and Matt both had good years.
Yeah, Matt has had some good results in EWS in the past, and he's one of those riders who I thought was probably going to step up, to the podium at some point.
This guy had a massive week.
Yeah, I'm really happy. Can't believe that I stand in this position. Now I feel tired, but I hope...
Marcello Pesenti, he cracks on. He was going so fast all week. You can see he got up in the top 5 for a long time. But yeah, Richie was the man to catch after stage 3.
Yeah. Then the two title contenders, Hill and Nikolai after. Eddie Masters doing, showing good speed that he would show very soon next round.
Yeah, and Noga Karem up in the second in the women's as well.
At this point in the season, though, you just think ISABEAU's confidence must be riding high, basically unbeaten so far and things going her way.
Oh yeah, just absolutely just in the zone, not stressed, never sort of worried, or no mechanicals from what I can remember last year either, which is a big thing in Enduro.
It's getting hard. I feel like I've just got lactic acid, need weights. But no, that was an all good stage.
Yeah. Absolutely beaten on that one. Oh.
It's mad, isn't it, when you look at the times of, how tight this racing is, but how hard the riders are pushing it. They're not taking it conservatively at all. And it just takes one of those big drifts slightly wrong, and that's it. You're losing time.
We saw from Richie as well, they throw the bikes on the stuff as well now. There's none of this sort of neat and tidiness. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of sort of the downhill, throw the bike on, let it deal with it. This stage was incredible, tutti frutti. This was the Queen stage, 6.5 kilometres long and a kilometre of vertical descending.
Oof. I've done stages that long, and 1,000 metres is too much for me. It absolutely kills you. After 600 metres, you're begging for it to finish.
But this is what the EWS constantly does to me. I ride down it and I love it and have a great time and stuff, but you forget that you stopped probably 2 or 3 times for a drink and a chat and messing about, and you're just enjoying the trail. When you're racing, it's a different animal. Look at that.
It's a pretty incredible feeling, though, to be honest, when you get to the bottom and you can see back up the mountain and just see what you've raced down in one go.
Richie, 19-second win ahead of Hill. That was Hill's best result of the year up until then as well.
Yeah, Nikolai right behind him, Eddie 4th, Dimitri Tordo 5th. And actually, if you look at the ladies' race, ISABEAU COURDURIER, 35 seconds, ALN up to 2nd place. That's a good result from her.
Brilliant result for ALN. Yeah, she really got better as 29 went on. Ella Connolly in 6th as well, backing up that Madeira result. Morgan Shaw as well. She started the first couple of rounds and under pressure from Ella there.
But still, do you think for ISABEAU, 34 seconds is pretty comfortable?
Yeah. It's pretty comfortable, but then you think about it, it's, you know, you blow a back wheel up at the top of a stage and that's gone.
Right, the season marches on to France this time.
Yeah, Les Orres Bike Park. I mean, another first-time venue. We went there the following weekend, actually.
So, Rick, where is Les Orres? Is that? I guess that's got to be part of the Alps somewhere.
Yeah, it's in the region of the Haute Alps. Pardon my French. It's actually in WRC country. It's near the sister on stage of the WRC. And the weather played a massive factor here. We had, like, after that heat wave the previous week, we had hailstones the size of golf balls. Like, never seen anything like it in my life. But the Les Orres Bike Park crew got it all turned around, everything put back together. Good for racing.
Well, running the bullet. Who's that? Kevin McGill.
Kev Dog, yeah. He actually, it became sort of a trademark of his in 2019 with losing that peak. Gray Morrison.
That was drifty, physical, fun, amazing conditions. Wild!
After Osborne enjoying it.
Yeah, the conditions were perfect actually here. Hill gets a puncture here, which was a massive, massive moment. Look at Florian Krakow.
Absolutely flying. He must have just overtaken
There's Hill.
Yeah. Pretty stressful.
Yeah, that wasn't an easy fix either. He had to do a bit of work at that, which meant he was late for the start at stage 2.
All right. Eddie looking smooth and fast.
So it's more physical. Yeah, tough. Sorry, I got nothing.
Yeah, he gets a bit of a name as being sort of, you know, a loose wild man, especially off the bike, I guess. But you watch on the bike, really neat and tidy and like smooth out of corners. Untitled, very much his sort of thing, this. So this was stage 2, Grand Cabane. Richie actually went over the bars here, but still won the stage. Gives you an idea of how fast he was going. There's Greg.
Clean but messy in the bottom. Positive vibes, chilled out season vibes. Yeah.
It's a big one for sure. Had a bit of a lost a bit of time, but still pushed on.
Yeah, it was this big, long, fast stage that ended in a flatter but really, really rocky sort of riverbed bit where it just ate wheels and bikes alive. Yeah, it was savage. After you were really tired and hanging.
It looks loose as well, so definitely easy to make mistakes, as you can see. We're just getting wild.
Yeah, this was an awkward little stage actually. It was just one of those ones that lots and lots of really tight hairpins into just sort of little flatter sections where if you lost any speed in the corner, you were really stuck between gears.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, that is not my type of riding.
No. And it just beats you up. Do you know what I mean? It's just physically tough after, you know, you're already on a big long day.
Who's that in Giant Kit? Is that you and Denio?
Yeah, you and Denio. You look carefully, you can just see all the rocks getting out of Richie's way. There's a line from Eddie.
That's good.
Kevin McHale actually won this stage. Kev Dog.
Ran out of talent on stage 3 and hello over the bars moment again, but it's so dry and I feel like I'm running pretty well, but just making like little mistakes.
Yeah, tough day, but it's been going well for me, so stoked on that. I think tomorrow's going to be better, tracks-wise, and yeah, it looks like we've got a race on our hands.
Well, they did have a race in their hands, and it looked like Eddie was pretty keen for it.
Yeah, I think that's something that changed a bit with Eddie this year. You sort of got that impression that he was there for the fight. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't just a happy coincidence that he was up there. Isa as well. Yeah, what can you say? We had Raffaella Richter at this race, actually, who did take a couple of stages off her and pushed her, and that would have been a difficult thing as well, because she wouldn't have been used to racing her. She doesn't know her strengths or where she's going to be fast, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess she's looking at the overall anyway, so if Raffaella Richter shows up, then she's still trying to take points. Yeah,
stage 5 was actually cancelled at this race as well due to the weather again, which you wouldn't believe from that shot. But what it did was it took a lot of what was to be the climbing out of the day, so it really became a lot more focused on descending, which, well, you can't say it played to Eddie's favour when you're talking about someone like Richie Rude, but it made for a great race.
That's typical Sam Hill style where, yes, it does look fast, but it's only when you realise how close to the edge of grip, how fast he is actually going. Yeah.
Yeah, Raffaella Richter, I was sure we were going to see an announcement at the start of this season that she'd been snapped up by somebody, but I think she's continuing her studies, actually. She's going to have another year at school before she thinks about going pro.
Yeah, pretty cool. And again, she's another rider to be, within 30 seconds of Couturier, which is, quite a small field of people.
Yeah, you look at Adrian Day's up there in second as well after stage 6. He was having a good little run as well. His season sort of flew under the radar a bit, but Adrian had some big rides.
And time's super tight going into the next stages.
This is just that sort of rocky terrain that just beats you up. It's just all your arms and the back of your legs, and everything just gets an absolute hiding.
And it's the sort of riding that it's actually really physical to try and stay light on the bike, because if you're getting tired, it's so easy to just slam into a rock too hard and get a puncture. So you've got to be really working the bike hard so you don't get mechanical.
Obviously all the French riders were super quick at this round, but there's definitely an art to riding that really fast.
Stage, but that was good. I rode fast but smooth. I'm just going to make it to the finish now. I try not to put it down and try to put it down at the same time.
And so Eddie went into the lead on the very last stage. Just before the very last stage, sorry.
Look at that upset, Elliot, isn't it? Front wheel washing out.
Yeah. Raffaella's pinned down there. There we go, Richie had to wait for Eddie to come down. I think he thought he'd done enough as well.
Really? I have seen his brothers in there, the Kiwis. Eddie Masters taking his first EWS win.
Yeah, some style as well, beating Richie Rude in the last stage. Say 0.94 between them over after that length of a race is pretty stunning. Richter up in second in the women's, and Miranda Miller in third as well. That was one that she just ticked away at it and checked each stage off. Really tidy ride. Yeah, awesome. Matt Walker again, another Kiwi rider, 7th place. Good result for him. And that's it. We are to the end of this episode of Endurobox.
Thanks for joining in, Rick. It's been good to look at that old racing footage and sort of dream of it coming back, I suppose.
Yeah, something to look forward to, isn't it? I want to keep going, man. I want to watch the rest of the races now. That's got me into it.
Wow, funny to say that, Rick. I'm sure we'll have a chance to look at the rest of the races from last year, so we'll do that very soon. But until then, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out the rest of our EWS videos over on GMBN. And thanks very much, Rick. I'll catch you soon.
Cheers, Neil. See you soon.